The Big Bang Theory is the type of show that nerds and non-nerds alike can all enjoy. The actors of the show have won multiple Emmys and People's Choice Awards, and are also among the highest paid actors in TV. It's such a great show that your inner nerd can really rejoice in. Here are 50 facts you didn't know about The Big Bang Theory.
I'm sorry, but this is a litigious society. I'm gonna need verbal consent.
Penny is the only character whose last name has never been revealed. Reports claim that Kaley Cuoco prefers to keep this a mystery throughout the whole series. Co-creator Bill Prady has said that the name will be revealed eventually, but producer Steve Malero has said the opposite, so who knows if we'll ever know. Jim Parsons originally thought he was auditioning for a game show. When Jim Parsons' agent called and said Chuck Lorre wanted him to audition for a pilot, Parsons misunderstood. He told David Letterman, "I didn't know Chuck Lorre at the time. I thought he was talking about Chuck Woolery. I thought, why are they so excited about it? We should see what the man has to offer before we're like, hey, it's the new Chuck Woolery pilot." In 2012, biologists discovered a new species of bee in Brazil, and they named it in honor of the fictional Sheldon Cooper, calling it the Bazinga.
Bazinga.
Mayim Bialik, who plays Amy Farrah Fowler, has a PhD in neuroscience studies in real life. After filming Blossom as a child, she attended UCLA, having been accepted at Harvard and Yale. She also earned a bachelor's degree in neuroscience, Hebrew studies, and Jewish studies. Mayim told Variety how Amy Farrah Fowler's profession came to be. "They didn't have a profession for my character when I came on in the finale of Season 3. In Season 4, Bill Prady said that they'd make her what I am so I could fix things in the script if they were wrong." A complete ripoff of the show emerged in Belarus called The Theorists, complete with 4 scientists named Sheldon, Leo, Hovart, and Raj, while a blonde waitress named Natasha lived next door. Production was called off once the actors found out that the show was a ripoff. Apparently they were completely unaware of the original, but once they were made aware of it, they all quit and the show ended. In an act that's rare for US TV networks, the show was recommissioned for 3 more seasons by CBS in 2011. It was then given another 3-season renewal, eventually pushing it to at least 10 seasons. This is the first time in modern TV history that a scripted series has been given back-to-back 3-season renewals. Sheldon is all-knowing when it comes to everything nerdy or geeky, and also is an expert on everything from Marvel Comics to Red Dwarf. However, Jim Parsons isn't quite as clued up in the sci-fi world. Parsons has never actually been a fan of any of Sheldon's favorite TV shows, particularly Doctor Who and Star Trek. Aside from being extremely intelligent, most of the characters are also talented musicians. To achieve this, 3 of the stars are actually highly skilled themselves. Johnny Galecki has been a cellist from a young age, while Jim Parsons and Mayim Bialik learned how to play the theremin and the harp just for the show.
What are you doing?
Playing the theremin.
Wil Wheaton got a part on the show after tweeting about the show on Twitter.
I was talking on Twitter about how much I loved the show and how I thought it was really funny, and Steve Malaro, who was one of the writers, contacted me and he said, "Hey, I'm a writer on the show if you ever want to come to a taping."
A few days later, Wheaton received an email from Bill Prady's assistant about appearing on the show. I just thought the email was a joke from one of my friends, so I just ignored it. When Wheaton realized that the email was legit, he phoned up Prady, who explained they wanted a nemesis for Sheldon. It's always more fun to be the villain. Even though the character has evolved into Sheldon's ally, Wheaton said, "I still call him Evil Wil Wheaton."
Star Trek stinks! Yeah, live long and suck it!
Sheldon's favorite word bazinga was first uttered in the finale of Season 2, but the word was created with the help of a prank. Writer Stephen Engel used the word to say gotcha in a recurring backstage gag. As the word kept getting used, it eventually made its way to the actual script shortly before filming the finale. I'd open it up and Stephen would say bazinga. It was Stephen's word for gotcha. Instead of writing up a premise and pitching it to CBS, co-creators Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady revealed at PaleyFest in 2009 that for their pitch, they wrote a complete script, hired actors, and, as Lorre explained, put on a show for CBS president Les Moonves. Lorre found the experience to be crazy, but it obviously worked. The Big Bang Theory has had David Saltzberg on retainer since the beginning of the series. Every week he attends the tapings and offers up corrections and ensures the whiteboards used in the scenes are accurate. During episode 9 of the first season, Saltzberg wrote a joke for Sheldon.
So you and Leonard...
Oh, dear God.
Little misunderstanding, huh?
A little misunderstanding. Galileo and the Pope had a little misunderstanding.
Even though Saltzberg teaches at UCLA and publishes papers, he thinks his work on The Big Bang Theory is more impactful. This has a lot more impact than anything I will ever do, he told NPR. It's hard to fathom when you think about 20 million viewers on the first showing, and that doesn't include the other countries and reruns. I'm happy if a paper I write gets read by a dozen people. The show filmed 2 different pilots because CBS didn't like the first one, but felt that the show had potential. The first pilot began with a different theme song and featured Sheldon, Leonard, and 2 female characters, including a different actress playing what would become the role of Penny. Chuck Lorre thought the initial pilot sucked, but is open to having the unaired pilot included as part of a DVD. Lorre and Prady went to a Barenaked Ladies concert and were impressed that lead singer Ed Robertson sang a song on cosmological theory, so they asked him to write the series theme song called The History of Everything. In 2013, Robertson told CBS News that he'd previously written some songs for TV and films, only to have his work rejected, so he was initially reluctant to take on the project. I was like, look, how many other people have you asked to write this? If you've asked Counting Crows and Jack Johnson and all these other people to write it, then I kinda don't want to waste my time on it. Lorre and Prady told Robertson he was their only choice, so Robertson agreed to come on board. Talking about the early days of the show, Prady explained to Buzzy Mag how Raj came to be. When we were casting for that part, we were casting for an international member of the ensemble, because if you go into the science department at a university, it's not just Americans, it's one of the most international kinds of communities. Because of Sheldon's antisocial actions, viewers have often insisted that Sheldon has Asperger's syndrome. But Prady has stated that we write the character as the character. A lot of people see various things in him and make the connections. Our feeling is that Sheldon's mother never got a diagnosis, so we don't know. Back in the first season, Raj, Leonard, and Howard think of people to replace Sheldon on their physics team. Raj suggests Mayim Bialik.
Okay, we're gonna need a strong 4th for our team.
You know who's apparently very smart is the girl who played TV's Blossom. She got a PhD in neuroscience or something.
2 seasons later, Bialik joined the show as Amy. Meanwhile, one of Johnny Galecki's first roles was in Blossom as Bialik's love interest, who takes her to a makeout party. He also starred opposite Sarah Gilbert and Laurie Metcalf in Roseanne. Chuck Lorre was also a writer and a producer on Roseanne. Soft Kitty is the one thing that can comfort Sheldon on the rare occasion that he's sick.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur.
But the Soft Kitty song isn't unique to the show. It's actually a real song. The song dates back to the 1930s and was titled Warm Kitty by Edith Newland. Producer Bill Prady revealed that his daughter sang Soft Kitty while at preschool after her teacher first heard it while working in Australia. In a 2014 interview, Parsons gave his theory on why The Big Bang Theory attracts more than 20 million viewers per week, a number unheard of in recent years. There's not anything to keep up with. You don't go, I didn't see the first 3 seasons and now I'm lost. People have so many choices on TV now. No one's asking for you to marry us. You can enjoy our show without a weekly commitment. In addition to naming a type of bee Bazinga after Sheldon's catchphrase, researchers have also been inspired to name a rare jellyfish Bazinga as well. For now, it's the only member of the genus Bazinga in the family Bazingidae. The show aired a few episodes in the fall of 2007, but a Writers Guild strike halted production until the following year. Howard's large collection of sci-fi and fantasy figurines are made entirely of female characters. His room includes models of Batgirl, Cheetah, Wonder Woman, and his only male toy seems to be Jabba the Hutt, but even that features Princess Leia beside him. Most of the time, there are no lenses in Leonard's glasses, since actor Johnny Galecki doesn't really need glasses in real life. According to Chuck Lorre, when he was younger, the guys he was hanging out with and working with were all brilliant guys, but entirely incompetent in all other aspects of life. He explains, one guy really had a pathological inability to speak to women. Raj's selective mutism, aka the inability to speak to women unless he's drunk, is based on a real person Bill Prady once worked with. The Green Lantern symbol shirts that Sheldon wears have corresponding emotions in the comic universe. Red for rage, blue for hope, indigo for compassion, and so on. The symbol on Sheldon's shirt is often a clue to his emotions in that scene. Despite being the first to flirt with her, Howard is the only one of the male characters not to see Penny naked at some time or another. Leonard has obviously seen her naked many times, while Raj has seen her naked due to a sort of one-night stand with her, and Sheldon saw her naked after taking her to the hospital after she fell in the shower. The original title of the show was called Lenny, Penny, and Kenny. The pilot episode didn't feature Kaley Cuoco as Penny. Instead, it had actress Amanda Walsh as a character named Katie.
Excuse me. Do you like Indian food?
What?
Bill Prady told Variety that the female lead, Katie, was originally a street-hardened, tough-as-nails woman with a vulnerable interior. They were surprised when the original pilot audience wanted the mean lady to stay away from the sweet guys. So the showrunners dropped Katie and created Penny, then added 2 more of those sweet guys, Raj and Howard. And just from the comparison of these 2 scenes alone, you can tell what a mean person Katie was compared to Penny.
See, I find that when I'm undergoing severe emotional strain, that good food and conversation can often have a calming effect. And also, curry is a natural laxative, which helps flush toxins from the lower digestive tract. And I don't have to tell you that a clean colon is just... one less thing to worry about.
What the hell is wrong with you?
That good food and company can have a comforting effect. Also, curry is a natural laxative, and I don't have to tell you that, a clean colon is just one less thing to worry about.
Leonard, I'm no expert here, but I believe in the context of a luncheon invitation, you might want to skip the reference to bowel movements.
Oh, you're inviting me over to eat?
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice. I'd love to.
Great.
Each of the male characters has a signature clothing article that is worn in virtually every episode. For Sheldon, it's t-shirts worn over long-sleeve shirts. For Leonard, it's hoodies worn over a t-shirt and under a jacket. For Raj, it's a sweater vest worn over a shirt and usually under some type of outerwear. And for Howard, it's a dickie worn under some type of outerwear. Howard usually has a pin on the left side of his dickie of the head of a space alien. Sheldon wears numerous shirts containing the number 73. The reason is because in real life, Jim Parsons was born in 73. Sheldon also repeatedly states that 73 is his favorite number.
The best number is 73.
There is one giant closet on set dedicated to housing all the characters' costumes. There's even a special case for Howard's alien pins, an ongoing gag between Simon and costume designer Mary Quigley. Penny and the other Cheesecake Factory employees all wear yellow instead of the white shirts that real-life Cheesecake Factory employees wear. Bill Prady revealed at Comic-Con that the reason for this is because white shirts would strobe on analog television, and that even with the advent of digital TV, most costume designers still just avoid white altogether. Chuck Lorre is best known for writing vanity cards at the end of his shows. As the credits roll at the end of the show, between sponsorship ads, a piece of Lorre's writing flashes on the screen for a second, with too little time to read it. They can all be found in a link that I'll leave in the description. Floors 2, 3, and 4 of Sheldon and Leonard's apartment building are the same set, just redressed for each scene. You can actually see Pasadena's City Hall through Sheldon's window, which is where the show takes place. The view was photographed for this background piece both at day and night, specifically for the show by the production team. The 2 main characters, Sheldon and Leonard, are named after late television producer Sheldon Leonard. Kaley Cuoco missed filming 2 episodes of season 4 because of a broken leg that was the result of a horseback riding accident. In her first appearance following the accident, she was filmed standing behind a counter. According to set decorator Anna Shea, this random bit of set design in Sheldon's apartment is actually just a vintage fuse strip. The famous DNA structure was actually constructed from 2 displays that were fused together. Shea figured she wouldn't be able to get a giant DNA model anywhere, so she bought 2 smaller ones and had the producer's metal shop make an armature to hold it up. The stairs in the apartment are just a part of the set and actually lead to nothing.
I have to get very intimate down here like this, and he has to hold my leg. That's part of my own process.
Kaylee Cuoco auditioned for the role of Penny twice, but didn't get the part either time. Talking about her experience, she said, "I didn't get hired both times, and they did a pilot, it didn't work, and they revamped the script, and I came in and I guess it was all about timing." Despite Kaylee Cuoco not getting the part either time, Jim Parsons pretty much nailed it in his first audition, taking the producers completely by surprise. In fact, as Chuck Lorre said, "It was startling. I didn't believe he could do the performance again. I was shocked and said he has to come back. Maybe he just got lucky." He then repeated the material just as brilliantly as before and was then hired on the spot. Penny has been using the same purse since season 1, episode 2. On 5 episodes or more of season 6, Mayim Bialik's right hand was hidden in certain ways in camera shots to conceal her injured hand because of an automobile accident that occurred in August of 2012. The continuously broken elevator was production designer John Schaffner's idea. The producers were initially confused when Schaffner presented the elevator facade as a way to fill the space between the apartments. The producers had wanted the characters to be walking and talking, not riding an elevator all the time. But Schaffner explained that the ongoing joke would be that the elevator was always broken. Although Sheldon does not drive, Jim Parsons gets motion sickness from riding in cars and prefers not to drive them. Kevin Sussman, who plays Stuart Bloom, the comic book store owner, actually worked in a comic book store before becoming an actor. Leonard's last name, Hofstadter, refers to 2 well-known scientists, Robert Hofstadter and his son Douglas Hofstadter, who researches consciousness and cognition. Bernadette did not originally have such a high-pitched voice. When she first appeared, she had a rather normal voice.
Oh yeah? Does your mother call you every day at work to see if you've had a healthy lunch?
But as her character began to take shape, she adopted the quirky, high-pitched voice.
Every single person RSVP'd yes. This is so exciting. Isn't this exciting?
She says that she based the voice off of her own mother's voice, but without the jersey. With the exception of the pilot, every show name follows the same format as the show's title, that being the name of a scientific episode or theory. During his appearance on Inside the Actors Studio, Jim Parsons revealed his 3 favorite scenes: Sheldon receiving a gift from Penny, a napkin signed and used by Leonard Nimoy, Sheldon presenting Amy the relationship agreement, and Sheldon drinking Long Island iced tea for the first time.
Ooh. Well, that is a treat that's hard to beat.
Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And also remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We finally made accounts on there. Until next time, peace you guys.